And welcome to another special circumstances review. Today we're going to take a look at the Soto XT. This is their second foray into a field lighter. This is somewhat unusual, or it differs from their previous entry in the sense that it has an internal tank and it doesn't require a disposable lighter to be used as the fuel tank. This is a pretty nice little unit. Not terribly huge, but it's not small either. Has a little adjustment here on the bottom. You have your fill valve there. There's a plastic body, and you have a window for the fuel level here. So this is the button. It actually has a safety. You can see right now I can't push it. Slide it back. You can see how that slides back right there. And kind of hard to see the flame right now, but you should be able to hear it. Jet flame. You can see there's the jet right there. A piezoelectric igniter, good for thousands of ignitions. And here is the special feature. This is kind of cool. Look at that. So this is meant to be a camp or field lighter. This is for lighting your fire. So you can actually get this in, or light something without getting real up close to it. Pretty handy when you're lighting something, say for instance like a multi-fuel stove, like an MSR Dragonfly or a Whisper Light. That little fireball that you sometimes lose your eyebrows to if you're not careful. Alleviate that immediately with this. I really dig this. This is a lot of fun, and functionality doesn't change one lick with this out. Just like that. Pretty nice little lighter. I've used the other one that uses a refillable, or uses a disposable lighter as the fuel tank, and it's been very reliable for me. What's cool about these is they work even when they're wet. Pretty much all you do is sort of shake the water out of them, so there's no water in the jet, and they light right up. They also work in altitudes where a lot of the other lighters, like for instance the Windmill Delta and the Brunton Storm and so on, won't work, i.e. above 5,000 feet. Now it does have a warning on it that says may not light above 5,000 feet. Well, we're at 5,300 feet right now, and you just saw it light up just fine. I've seen less of an issue with this type of jet lighter than with the catalytic type lighters like the Windmills and the Bruntons. So I'm a lot more likely to take this with me than I am the other ones, because in my experience these will light pretty much anywhere I go, which is all the way up to about 9,500, 10,000 feet out here in the Albuquerque, Sandia area. You can extend it any length you want, and it still lights the same. There's no difference. It doesn't really have a lock mechanism, but it is, it's fairly solid. It's not going to deploy on its own. Pretty straightforward. Soto is a Japanese company, and this is actually made in Japan, not China, amazingly. Pretty solid stuff. You can find these at REI. I'm sure you can find them elsewhere as well, but that's where I bought mine. This is $24.95. Really not a bad deal, especially considering the price that you pay for something like the Windmill or the Brunton, which is usually $45 to $60 depending. It is important though, like it is with all these lighters, do yourself a favor when you buy one of these. Get some decent fuel. Don't buy the typical, whatever the company is, I forget actually, the stuff you buy at Walmart and stuff. Don't buy that. Buy the refined fuel, the stuff that has very low impurities. Your lighters will thank you, and so will you, because your lighters will work reliably under more conditions than they will with the cheap fuel. So, oh, one more thing about this before I quit. Soto makes an adapter for filling up this lighter. This adapter is very unique because it actually it screws onto a standard backpacking stove, like camp gas, or the gas canisters, the isobutane canisters that you'd use for something like a jet boil. it screws onto the valve there, and you can use that canister to fill this lighter up. That's something that I've not really seen anybody else do, and it's really a neat idea, because that way you always have fuel for the lighter as long as you have fuel for your stove. Don't run out of either one, because then you're really in trouble. Okay, but that's why you should have, you know, a way to make fire that doesn't rely on fuel. This is Light My Fire Steel, by the way. I'm not really going to talk about this too much because this is a fire steel, dude. You should know about these already, okay? Well, that's it for today. Have a great day.